was a no-show, even though I never thought so. I never knew you were with someone new. Memory scenes in slow-mo, like I was born with a GoPro. I never knew you were with someone new. There are things that I can't ignore. Let go. You're not the same as you were before. Let go.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to another episode. If you've been following me on Instagram, you will know that the Z3 is dead. Blew a head gasket, and it's basically going to be anywhere between $6,000 and $10,000 to replace. I have thought about getting a new engine for it, as a lot of you have suggested, but then I would just be working with another unknown engine, and who knows, maybe that head gasket would go too. So I decided that it is onwards and upwards, and so I've bought a new car. And I'm going to reveal that new car to you in just a second. But first, I just wanted to take a minute to say, how is this what Christmas looks like in California? I've been back to the UK, or I've been in the UK for the last 32 years of my life for Christmas. This is the first Christmas where I'm not going to be back home because of the travel restrictions. And so this is what I'm dealing with on December the 20th. This is what it looks like. I've never seen a Christmas palm tree before, but apparently this is it. Also, if you haven't already, please go and enter the giveaway. You can win a Panzera watch, not this one, but you can win a Panzera watch. What else I've got to tell you? If you aren't subscribed to the sub channel, go and subscribe to that right now. Again, link is in the description. Go and check that out, and yeah, you will see all of the kind of little bits that go in between these episodes. So me picking up the Z3 from the garage when it had been diagnosed with a head gasket? Whoa, I just went very posh, didn't I? The head gasket failure, darlings. So yeah, you can go and check that out, so go and subscribe to that channel. Like I said, if you've been following me on Instagram, then I've been getting you to guess what it is for a little while, and I'm about ready to reveal it. So I told you that it was all-wheel drive. I told you that it was European, that it had mega tuning potential. What else? It wasn't a Fiat Multipla, and I forget what else I told you. I told you something, oh, and it wasn't a Mercedes. So, introducing my MK7 Golf R. This, my friends, is what has replaced the BMW, and this is what I am going to be building into a supercar Slayer. Now, if you aren't familiar with the Golf R, they are a 300 horsepower all-wheel drive Golf. They have a 2-litre 4-cylinder 16-valve engine, and you can get them up to 500 horsepower, which means that you can do 0 to 60 in sub 4 seconds. In the UK on Good Fuel, I actually worked with a tuning company that does these crazy stage 3 plus tunes on these, and they managed to do a 3.2 second 0 to 60 in these things, in a car that looks like you could just go and get your groceries in it. So it's pretty epic. They will also do 11-second quarter miles, or 11.3 second quarter miles on road tires. So while it may look like any other Golf, which is actually what I love so much about these cars, they are huge. Can you be a huge sleeper? Is that a thing? They are real sleepers, that's for sure. So yeah, this is my new car, and oh my god, I'm so excited about it. I've wanted one of these things since they came out, back when I lived in the UK and I used to work with a tuning company, Revo, and I saw what they did just with software. Just software, they made these things insane. So I think just software gets you up to around 350 horsepower. With an intake, with an exhaust, with the tune, with everything else, you're up to 400 horsepower. Then the stage 3 package, which is turbo, fuel pumps, radiators, more intercoolers. That gets you up to the 500 mark, and if you're on really good fuel, 550 horsepower. So, big things to come. Like I said, it may not look anything special right now. We have the Golf R wheels, we have the big brakes with the R calipers, it has the more aggressive styling, and it has the twin exhausts in the back. But as far as I'm concerned, if I asked 100 people on the street to pick between this one and a regular Golf and say which one's the fast one, they would probably say, what's the difference? And that is what I love. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously we're going to be doing some mods to this thing. I feel like a wrap is coming, maybe not a full wrap, but maybe some kind of a wrap. there are going to be new wheels, there's going to be suspension, there's going to be an exhaust. Yeah, so there's a few things coming, guys. But anyway, enough talking. Let me show you why I love this thing so much. All right, so here's my view. So first of all, the Golf R has all of these awesome blue accents. So we've got the blue dials here. This lights up blue as well when you've got the lights on. I think I need the ignition on for that. Or maybe, is that lit? It's kind of lit. But yeah, this is all blue here, which is awesome. So let's begin. So the first thing I love about this is that it has a start-stop button. Now, what you've got to remember is that my cars up to now have all been older cars. So my newest car was my Volkswagen Touareg. And in fact, I was just thinking about this. I've had so many German cars. In fact, I think that I've only ever owned 2 cars that weren't German. One was my Mark II MR2 that I had when I was 20, and the other one is the Ford, is the van. Every other car I've had, my first car was a Mark IV Golf, a 1.6S. My next car was the MR2. Then I had the Seat Leon Cupra TDI. So that's Portuguese car, but it's still a Volkswagen underneath. It's a Golf underneath. Then when I moved out here, then I had the Mercedes. I had the Mercedes wagon, the Latvian drug dealer car. And then after that, I moved out here, got the Touareg. After the Touareg, got the Mercedes. Rolled the Mercedes. Then I got the BMW. And now I've got another Golf again. So yeah, I've definitely been keeping true to my European roots. But what I love about this, like I was saying, is that this is a 2016, so I have all of the things that I've been missing from my older cars. So things like auto sensing everything. So I have my auto lights, I have the auto sensing wipers, I have an electric handbrake, which I'm kind of cool with. I don't mind. This is a nice feature, this auto hold. So basically when I push this button, right now my foot isn't on the brake, and if I was to put this into gear, the car won't roll. So you know how an auto normally rolls? Well, it won't because I have this pushed. It also, and this is where it gets cool, has these modes. So when I hit this mode button here, check this out. Race mode! So it has normal mode, which is basically like the sedentary mode. It has race mode, which means that your shifts are quicker. It means that I think you have a little bit more power. Let's see. What's this? This is all new. Think Blue Trainer. Blue score, 95 out of 100. Oh, since start, I only just started it, that's why. What does this do? Does this teach me how to drive well? I don't know what any of this is, guys. Sorry, I'm just learning new things. This is all brand new. Whoa. Switch gears early, fill up later. Who wants this in a Golf R? Who wants this? I don't want this. I want to know how to drive fast. Give me Think Red. I want Think Red, which tells me to redline it in every gear. But yeah, I really am like a kid in a candy shop. It has Apple CarPlay. It's just got all of the cool stuff that I'm just not used to. So that's huge. But what it really comes down to is how... I can't speak, I'm that excited. What it really comes down to is how this thing drives, and it drives amazing. So you've got the all-wheel drive system. Now, it's a Haldex system, and if you don't know what that means, basically it can shift power between the front axles and the rear axles. I don't know what the capability is to shift it all the way to 50-50 in a standard format. Michael, I'm making a video. I just told you this. Anyway, like I was saying, this thing drives amazing. It has that Haldex system, and so it can shift the power. I believe in stock form, and I might be making this up, it can go 60% front, 40% rear. But there are companies that do a Haldex tune which allows you to go 50-50, a full 50-50. And then it does even cooler things, like you can do drag racing modes where it will launch the car full 50-50 to get you off the line quick. And then as soon as it detects that you've got traction, it will shift all of the power to the front wheels, so you lose all of the transmission losses, so that you're not losing power going through the transmission to the back, and therefore potentially you can get a better quarter-mile time. So guys, when I say that this car has a lot of tuning potential, it really does. We've got Haldex tunes, we've got the DSG tunes, so it has the flappy paddles. I've actually bought these cool extended flappers for this, so that they're more like supercar ones and not like just these little baby ones. So they're going to come up to about here, which is going to be sick. But yeah, so you can tune the gearbox, you can tune the engine, you can tune the four-wheel drive system. Like, it's insane. It's... A lot of you guys probably drive new cars and you're like, Adam, okay, welcome to 2001, but You got to remember, I've been driving a 97 BMW that was very analog, and I love that. Don't get me wrong, I love that analog feel. The manual gearbox, the clutch, the real like punchy, naturally aspirated engine. But this kind of feels like I'm getting almost the best of both worlds. I still don't feel like I'm driving a computer game like a GTR or something, but I feel like there's a lot that the computers can do, and that's cool. So anyway, again, I just said enough talking, and I've just talked again for ages. Let's go and drive this thing and let me show you what it's capable of. Oh, and I've got to take it back to the dealership because for some reason the speedo here just keeps getting blacked out. One of my favorite things about this car is the fact that I can drive it right now like I am, which is just in regular drive mode. I've actually got it in my user 3 setting, or individual mode, or whatever it's called, where I have everything set to as comfortable and as quiet and as fuel sipping as I possibly can. And that basically means that I can drive it round like it was my Grand's Golf. And then if I want to, I can then come in, I can switch the mode up, I can go into race mode, and that already you hear the idle pickup, the gear shifts are going to be quicker, everything's going to be more responsive, the steering's going to be tighter, and when I get the tune on it, that's when we start to get like the pops and bangs in the exhaust, and it basically can really liven up the car. And having these different drive modes means that I can just cruise around town where nobody looks at me, nobody thinks that it's some like fancy fast car, but you whack it in race mode and all of a sudden you've got yourself a little supercar Slayer. Little S2000, I do like those. That's kind of like a Z3 in terms of it's very analog, very basic, but a lot of fun. Can you believe this is where I live? I remember the very first time I came to Newport Beach, I parked in this car park right here, and I walked to the beach and I saw the wetsuits hanging off of the balconies of the people that live here, and it was January, and I remember thinking, one day I'm gonna live there, and one day I'm gonna go surfing every morning. Well, now I live here, but I hate surfing. I'm terrible at it, but I still live here. I made it happen. Nice little McLaren here. I tell you what, since I moved to Orange County, I see more supercars here than I see up in LA on Rodeo Drive and the likes. They are just everywhere. In fact, I was thinking about doing a video where I basically sit on PCH with my camera for an hour and I count the number of supercars that go by and then tally up how much they all cost. I think that would be really fun to do, because you would not believe on a Saturday morning how many supercars there are. It's insane. I sit with my patio doors open and I just listen to them all whom, 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 come by on PCH. It's epic. So yeah, maybe I'll do that on the sub channel. That might be a fun little video to do one Saturday morning. Okay, give it acceleration. Oh man, it's so linear. There is like basically no turbo lag whatsoever, and with this DSG gearbox, it just gets it. There's no delay between the gear shifts. There is nothing. It's just whoop, whoop, whoop. The turbo doesn't even seem to come off boost in between the shifts. Oh man, and that's just stock. That's what I keep saying. This is stock. I'm so excited about this car, and it is just a stock Golf, not just a stock Golf R. Why do I keep calling it that? Why? I'm like, this is the pinnacle of Volkswagen Golf performance. There's like the GTI, and then there's the R. So I keep calling it just a stock Golf R. This is a 300 horsepower hatchback. Like, it blows my mind that even 10 years ago, 300 horsepower is what like Mitsubishi Lancer Evos had. It's what like huge, big, powerful sports cars had. Not grocery getting hatchbacks. And now I'm talking about getting 500 horsepower from a Golf. From a Golf with air conditioning, not a race car, like a Golf that I can put in like eco mode and it will do 25 to the gallon. That just blows my mind. And I know a lot of you guys in the comments were hoping for like a Lambo and a Ferrari and a Porsche and all these things. Believe me when I say that an exotic is coming. I'm not saying it's coming in the next 6 months, but I'm working towards it. But this was the perfect stopgap between my Z3 and an exotic. because this kind of fits. And in fact, maybe we should talk about that, because I feel like people don't discuss the money side of it too much. This car was around about $30,000 and I got it financed. And the reason I got it financed is because I've only been in the country for 4 years, and so I'm still trying to build my credit. Now, I've done very well with building my credit, so well that I was able to finance this car. And by doing that, that then helps to build my credit even more. So I paid 30 grand for the car. I think I put 4 grand down, and my payments on this thing are $500 a month. Now, I don't know what position you're in financially, obviously, but for me, that made so much sense. The fact that I was able to walk away from that dealership that day with having put $4,000 down, and then I'm only spending 500 bucks a month on my payments. Now, I know some people that might be a lot of money, but also, if you're looking at payments on a Porsche GT3, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, something like that, you're looking at putting down 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand even, and then you're looking at paying thousands of dollars a month for your payment. So you might not realize just how close you could be to getting something like this, because I know that I wasn't. I had never financed a car before in my life. I'd always purchased my cars cash outright from, well, they were all used, so they were all from a third party. I'd never been to a dealership. And so maybe if you do want to treat yourself, maybe you're not too far away, and this is a finance car, this isn't a leased car, which means that it's mine. Once I've paid it off, it's mine. It means that I can do with it what I want. It means that I can put as many miles on it as I want. Leases are different. Leases, you're limited to mileage. Technically, you don't own the car, you're just renting it from the leasing company. And so for me, financing was the way to go, because this is my car. Like, I want this car to be mine so that I can do with it what I will. So maybe that's something that you've never considered, but maybe that's something that absolutely would be within your monthly budget. Maybe you can save up a deposit, 4, 5, 6 grand, 10 grand, whatever, and then your monthly payments wouldn't be that much. Think about that before you go thinking, oh God, I can never afford $30,000 in one hit. You might not have to. So one of the cool features of this car is that it does have launch control. So we'll just do a quick 0 to 30 back here, and I'll show you what that looks like. Super simple. When you're in sport mode, all you need to do is put it into race mode, and then you have the traction control set to the sport traction control. And then basically it's just left foot on the brake, right foot on the gas. It'll peg it at about 3,500 RPM, I think. And then when you're ready to go, you let off the brake and off you go. It lets you have a little bit of wheel spin, not too much, and I tell you what, it does sit you back. So yeah, we'll show you that in just a second. Let me just turn around here, find a nice quiet bit of road, and we will do a 0 to 30 mile per hour launch. So my left foot's hard on the brake, right foot on the gas, holds it there. Ready, steady, go. It's so fast. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it sits you back, that's for sure. Well, looky here, we've got AMG GT and I believe an SLS behind me, which is pretty cool. Mercedes crew is out to play. Look at this little tripod. I've seen these online. I don't think I've seen one in person. My God, that is ugly. It's a Vanderhaul. I don't understand why people are putting one wheel in the back and 2 in the front. It's like, unless it's a motorcycle, it doesn't need 1 wheel in the back. 2 is better. If some is good, more is better. I'll tell you what's hilarious is the guy that's inside is a pretty large gentleman. And he looks more like he's wearing it than he's driving it. But over here, the Audi Tts, I was actually looking at one of those as well. So I was considering maybe going for a TTS over the Golf R. In the end, I went for the Golf R because I actually liked the fact that it was a little bit more of a sleeper. I like the fact that it's a 4-door, and also I just love a Golf. My first car was a Golf, so that's why I didn't go for the TTS. But fantastic cars. My mum had one as a company car, and I literally drove the wheels off it. One time I took it to Wales to do the Top Gear, the Evo Triangle, and the tyre company hadn't put one of the wheels on properly, and so I literally ended up almost knocking one of the wheels off. I live here, yes I do, I live here, oh that's true. seriously, I do have to pinch myself sometimes to just realize how lucky I am. And driving my new car on this road, which is one of my favorite places in all of Orange County, is just such a treat and something that I'm so grateful for. And without you guys, it wouldn't be a possibility. So I just want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you for supporting the channel, for supporting the merch. I know a lot of you are buying this. You have the tracksuits, you have the hoodies. So yeah, if you want some more, then go to swords.com. I will link it below. Go and pick yourselves up some of the merch. That really helps as well with obviously paying for these episodes and doing all the things that I get to do. So guys, thank you so much. Like it really does mean the world to me. I mean, it's my life. Like, this is my life now. This is what I do for a living, and I couldn't do it without each and every one of you. So huge thank you. And I know we're coming up to Christmas. This will be my last video before Christmas, so a very Merry Christmas to all of you. I hope you all have a great time. There is going to be a lot more coming from this car, believe me. This is just the very beginning, so make sure you are subscribed to the sub channel, because I'm going to do a few like little tiny mods. Like I said, the flappy paddle shifters and things that are coming through. I also have a dump valve, a blow off valve, because I'm a child, and yes, I do want to hear when my turbo dumps all of its excess boost pressure. And so things like that, I'm going to be doing the installs over on the sub channel rather than here, so go and subscribe to that if you aren't already. And yeah, I think that is going to wrap up this video, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I am super excited. There is a Ford GT. Like I said, the stuff that you see on these roads is just incredible. But yeah, I've loved filming this episode, guys. I'm so happy with this car. I still can't even speak. Oh my God, calm down, Adam. I still kind of can't believe, that is pretty hard to say though, that it's mine and that I have it and that I'm gonna do all of these amazing things to it. So yeah, amazing. Guys, stay tuned. Have an amazing Christmas. Be safe, stay healthy. I hope you guys get to see your loved ones. I am very much looking forward to when I can get back over to the UK and see my mum and my granddad, or my mum can come over here if the travel bans ever get lifted. One day. So keep your fingers crossed for me, guys, please. I haven't seen my family in a year and they mean the world to me. So yeah, keep them all crossed for me. Thank you. All right, guys, well, that's going to be it. Subscribe if you want. I'd love to see you here again. Give this video a big thumbs up, because that really helps. And until next time, don't do anything I wouldn't do, unless it's buying a Golf R, because they are feckin' sick. See ya. Well, here's a bit of bonus content for you. I think I've just lost a GoPro. Well, no, I know I've lost a GoPro. It's fallen off the back of the car. First time I've ever lost a GoPro off of a car. It's the one that got my exhaust. It's the one that got my R badges. It's the one that got kind of like the beauty color stuff. So I'm gonna go back and see if I can find it, but PCH is really busy and I'm not sure that that is going to be possible. So shit, that might be a new Hero 9 plus a dual suction cup plus a battery plus a 256 gig memory card gone. Some lucky cyclist or someone is going to find it on their cycles, but fingers crossed, hopefully we get it. All right, good news, guys, I found it. Bad news, it's been run over, but hopefully we can at least get the memory card out of it. That's realistically all I need is a memory card. Yeah, it's like right here. Okay, well, found my GoPro. It's pretty mangled and the memory card slot seems to be empty. So yeah, got my camera back, but where is the memory card? Where does that even go? Yeah, we'll have a look when we get back home. I picked up as much as I could off the floor. Maybe it's hidden in there somewhere, but it looks like I lost the memory card, which sucks because I don't care about the camera. I'll buy a new one. It's the footage I can't get back, and those memory cards are so tiny. I just had a look, but I was like in the middle of PCH, so it wasn't really safe to be hanging out there. So we'll have a look when we get back and see. Maybe it's in there. So I'd basically done external cameras. So I'd done what the exhaust sounded like, I'd done shots from the front, I'd got the R badge with, like, you know, the ocean and stuff. So I got all of the beauty shots. So I can only apologize that you haven't got any of those and that it was just me in the car the whole time. It's quite boring. I like to at least have a couple of angles. So I'm really sorry. I am going to need you to go and buy some more merch though, because I need to buy a new GoPro. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Shit happens. I got a new car. See you guys next time. Have a very Merry Christmas. I can't even speak. I'm going to go get drunk.
Let me stay